Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to tell y'all, well, let me myself again five and the family stone on the soul train. Got Mr. Sly ran on that bass. We got my boy, I don't know, Mr. Larry Graham, my brother. We gonna pause you, Mr. Sly. This thing is 8 minutes long, y'all. And I just, man, ever since I did that, I want to thank y'all for letting me be myself again. See, right there, that one right there, right there. I've been wanting to hear that song ever since I came up with. Now, look, I did this video yesterday. Defrauded by Eon? Question mark? What the? Because the video explains somebody says I defrauded them. They don't explain how I did it, but they said I did it, and I just couldn't understand it. When I look at the facts, I don't see no fraud. I see somebody coming out of their pocket to help somebody, but it's just you people. Now, the other thing is, I've been trying to put up this video right here, better understanding of taxes to help many of you better understand what's going on, because many of you need explanation, because you're looking at it from the point of fear, as if you can't do it, because the boogeyman is waiting to pounce on you if you did. Ladies and gentlemen, life doesn't even work that way. So, in many ways, shame on you for being afraid of something without doing any research to see what there is to be afraid of. Yeah, Tommy and Bobby and Whitney and Mike and Jenny and Jen and James and John, they all went to jail. But you know why they went to jail. You know that them dirty fools were sitting up there trying to get rich, thinking that they were going to just sit up there and not have to do no real work. They were just going to fill out some paperwork and then they were going to become rich, and they weren't going to tell nobody about it. And they were going to keep it a secret because they thought this and they thought that. Many of the people have come with their processes to me, and they ran their processes to me. That's why most people have consults, because they want to confirm their processes. I don't tell you what I think, people. From time to time, I'll say, this is my opinion. This is what I would do. No, I'll tell you what the law says. I'll tell you, no, this is what you need to do in order to get that to work. No, 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 because if you do it that way, then they'll say this, and then that way they can say that, and then now you go to jail for this and that. But if you do it this way, they can't say that, and they definitely can't say that, but they can only say this, and you can't go to jail for that. That's what I do. My job is to show you the legal way of doing something. You know the song, There's a Right and a Wrong Way? T Sweat, tell them. I told y'all there's a right and a wrong way. And many people choose the wrong way. Why? Because they're greedy. Nobody wants to be patient. Nobody wants to do the research. Everybody wants to, I want it now. I don't want to wait. No, no, I'm not waiting. Which is stupid. But, oh no, I'm not saying that people are stupid, because I don't need to say that. That goes unsaid. That's a redundancy to repeat that over and over again. Well, it's proven by its very nature. Now, by the way, I'm glad I'm pointing this out. The last time it took an hour, it got to 13% and it stopped again. And that's because I used the word taxes. And when I did that, the algorithm is the thing that held it up. Now it's at 14%, so it looks like it won't be done by, and it should have been uploaded. This is not even a long video. How long is this video? Hold on. Hold on. There's that coming. I can't even see how long it is because it's not giving me the normal numbers. Oh well. The video is not long at all, ladies and gentlemen. Less than 20 minutes, less than 15. But, oh well, we'll be putting that video up for you guys shortly. Let's see, how it's only 14 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I see. Okay, what's happening is that I gotta correct the video because this thing is 3 GB. So it's trying too hard. So I gotta correct that. And this is the new computer, so I gotta do some adjustments. So that's part of the reason. All right. It is Google because even with that, it shouldn't have taken an hour. All right, ladies and gentlemen, speaking on that note, the other issue that we need to talk to you guys about dealing with taxes, the reason why many of you are hard to grasp, hard to understand credits is because you keep thinking in the wrong capacity. You are thinking as an individual taxpayer. You need to stop thinking as an individual taxpayer. That means that just because your tax forms that you choose to fill out, pay attention, just because the tax forms that you choose to fill out, the IRS doesn't give you those papers. You have to go get those papers. Who told you to get those papers? Your tax preparer? Your boss? Your mama? Well, why are you listening to them? So your problems are because you have chosen to think that you understand what individual means. That you have chosen to understand you don't understand what a sole proprietor is. We've been seeing sole proprietors all our lives. The one sole proprietor that I do realize and I remember to this day, his name was Willie Coco. Now I know y'all don't know anything about no Willie Cocos, but Willie Coco pushed the basket and he collected bottles, and you could always hear that basket coming down the street. It was like clockwork every single day until somebody decided to kill this man. For at least 10 years, this man pushed that basket. That was his job, that was his way of making a living. He was a sole proprietor. Even I recognized that as a kid. My father recognized it. That's how I understood it. My father, a sole proprietor. My father, I have the same concept that he had, that I only need to earn what I need to survive. I don't need to earn more than that. That's why you don't see me striving to get more. I'm not trying to get rich. I'm not trying to be like Joe on the side next to the street with his little 5-story house. I don't want what Joe has. Joe has what he has because that's what he wants. I have different wants, different needs than Joe. Why do I want what Joe wants? Or why do I need what Joe needs? I don't care about Joe. I am not the average Joe. Everybody else can be what everybody else wants to be. I'm not trying to keep up with you. I give my father a lot of credit for teaching that to me. So when I tell you I don't want your junk, I don't want your money, I'm not out here to scam anybody, I'm not out here to take something from you. I don't need your junk. They have already tried to come at me for stuff like that, for tax evasion and all that, and they can't because I'm not pocketing anything and I'm not going out there and profiteering and buying up all this luxury stuff that everybody I know who's always gotten that check from the IRS, the first thing they do is they go out and they buy something. They go purchase homes and everything instead of recognizing what they really should be doing. See, what they should be doing is taking the money and investing in the process that they just did and perfecting it. And then the second time around is when they go and they start buying things because now they can create a company to do that for other people. Shh. But they don't know. All they see is material stuff. All they see is, I've been in this hole for so long, I don't know if I can get out. Lord have mercy. This is why people can't get anywhere. This is why people can't get ahead. So, ladies and gentlemen, stop being an individual taxpayer. Start being a taxpayer. I would rather be a simple taxpayer than to be an individual taxpayer any day of the week. Individual taxpayers have penalties. They penalize you in every way. When you get write-offs, you get less. Business expenses, you get less. Dependents, you get less of a percentage for that as well. But if you did it as a sole proprietorship, you would get the same thing as a business gets. Interesting. You're filling out the same form. You're just adding a Schedule C. Shh, don't tell nobody. It really is that simple. You guys just have to stop listening to the so-called professionals tell you how to do it because they can only go by the manual and the way they've been taught. Pay attention. They can only go by the manual and the way they've been taught. The manual is not the law, people. The publications by the IRS is not the law. You don't believe me? You know what? I do have it on here. Give me 1 second. I gotta find No I. Where you at, No I? There we are. I gotta bring No I down here. I apologize for that, y'all. It should have been already there. It's one of those things. Let me No I, can you come and talk to the people for a second? Let me get rid of all of that. Background singers, go on now. My background singers had to go, y'all. I apologize for that. What you mean retry? Should have had it right the first time. Give me 1 second. Let me do that right there. How you do that there? You want to make sure I'm what? I'm only human. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go to the pros because we go into this junk right here and it'll just keep us going in circles. Got me going in circles, whirling around. And... Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. My bad. All right, wake up. I have a question. Comma. Can you tell me what is the definition of an individual taxpayer and a taxpayer? Why are the two not synonymous? Stop listening. All right. It says in a legal and tax context, an individual taxpayer refers to specifically to a person or a natural individual subject to tax obligations. Pay attention, tax obligations, typically under the IRS's categorization, because the IRS made that category. Okay, now here's the second one. On the other hand, the term taxpayer is a broader designation encompassing any entity that is subject to tax obligations. So again, as I said, you all need to understand. I'd never looked these words up before like this before. To be honest with you, I just came up with this stuff while I was doing the video, while I was talking. But go ahead, trust me. Go ahead and ask your tax preparer what is the difference between an individual taxpayer and a taxpayer. They're going to tell you they're the same. They're going to tell you they're the same. And technically, they're 100% right because that's what the manual says. But the law says that a business is also a taxpayer, but it's not an individual taxpayer. So that means that they're getting technical in the publications on purpose. And the more technical they get, the more you don't know. Not my fault. Not my fault. Oh, by the way, let me do you guys a favor. Many of you guys who are emailing, you want to have conversations. It's one question and done. I will not go back and forth with you. Trust me. So if you don't hear back from me, don't get mad at me. because it's your fault for being stupid